ήθελα απλώς να επισημάνω ότι το ZEOLITE στην πραγματικότητα δεν είναι καν ελληνική λέξη, είναι σουηδική. Αλλά αυτό είναι το παράξενο. Αλλά τέλος πάντων, είναι δύο ελληνικές ρίζες, αυτό αρχίζω στα ελληνικά, και δημιουργήσει μια νέα λέξη, γιατί θα παρατηρήσει κάτι το σημαντικό. Άρα, ZEOLITE, Lygερού, okay. So, it seems to be green, but it's white. Okay. The complexity of this kind of mineral is that when you are right, when you have a mix, you change color. So it will be easy for geologists to find the country, the area from it belongs. Why we are speaking about ZEOLITE here? It's simple, in fact. In Greece, we have ZEOLITE. Maybe I can show you this this map. So, trace, okay. ZEOLITE is here. All these regions, Everest. Okay. So, because I have no map in the slideshow. So,
everyone has a map here.
okay. So, the north part of Everest, we have this ZEOLITE. You can find ZEOLITE, in fact, in all the Balkans. Okay, so we know the country, Bulgaria, Skopje, Romania, Czechia. But the interest for us is that right now, July 1st, we have the first study of ZEOLITE to be transformed in a commercial way. So it is the first time. Nothing about the meaning about ZEOLITE before. So everything starts now in Greece. So I think it's interesting to know some proprietors. So the first proprietors of the ZEOLITE is the following. In fact, Consulate, was a geologist from Sweden. He found this quite remarkable property. If you put your ZEOLITE in a hot place, it will change its aspect. Because, in fact, it has many water inside. So, it's a porous rock with a lot of water inside, and it can exchange ions, okay, about water. So, it seems to be something interesting. Why? Because it can catch water, and after that, give it again, but later and very slowly. In fact, it is very important in agriculture. Okay, so we use it already for this reason. So it was the first part. After 150 years, they find 3 other properties which are much more important. In fact, it is a property to catch heavy metals, toxins, and free radicals. So it's much more important, in fact. That's why the spectra of application of ZEOLITE is so big. So it is a rock which is rather soft. Okay, so in the scale of Mohler is only 2. Remember, diamond is 10. So the property of ZEOLITE is very interesting because it helps, in fact, in meaning. When you have marble, the problem is that when you cut the marble, you want to have all it, not parts. In fact, for ZEOLITE, it's better to have parts, very small parts. Why? It's only a mathematical property. In fact, we have rock with big surfaces and less volume. Why? Because you exchange with all the field you can put with the zeolite. In fact, it's very important to have a big surface. Okay? So, it's very easy to extract zeolite. Why? Because you don't worry if it is broken. In fact, you want to break all zeolite. For the color, in fact, here you can find zeolite from petroleum, zeolite from metaxades, zeolite very close to Bulgaria, Greece. Okay? But you see that with the color is quite different. Okay. The best one is this one. How we can measure the best one? In fact, it's a percentage of zeolite in the tuff of zeolite. So here we have phenomena, not only zeolite. So we measure the percentage, and in trace we can have zeolite with percentage 95, 97, 90. So it's quite a lot. Why? If you have only 75, it's interesting for mining. If you have 85, it's interesting for agriculture and also for cleanotrophy. What?
For fun.
For farms, huh? Generally, for
feed.
Yeah, for feed. Yes, yes.
Animal feed.
Yes, animal feed. Okay, so you need 85%. For human use, you need 95%. So the difference, okay, because we have some of the pan here. The cost is 1 ton is $300. No, euro, in fact, okay, the ton. So imagine now that when we go to the pharmacy, it will be 24 euros for 63 grams. But the only difference, in fact, is the size, granulometry. So if we have big rocks, it's not very interesting. If we have very, very small, it's very, very interesting. So many applications also in pharmacy, industry, we will see it. Oil and gas. We see how we can use it. So the idea, in fact, is that at the molecular level, zeolite is a molecular seal. So we will show it. But for the moment, I want to show you the aspect. So all these pictures are from trace, and more exactly petroleum, so real minerals. And now you will see the region. So this is, all this is zeolite. Okay, so you can imagine the use of it. In fact, the Greek army used already zeolite for the roads. Why? Because as it catch the rain, the road will be dry. And in this area, it's very, very hot. For strategic reasons, you can imagine. So, here, it's quite different. We are very near to Alexandroupoli. Alexandroupoli is like a senior port. So it is the south, the very south part of Lygeros. Here, there is a zone of zeolite. You can imagine 3.5 kilometers of zeolite. Everything is zeolite below. So we estimate the mass of zeolite will be 100 million tons. Okay, so every year we use 4 million zeolite tons. Okay, in all the globe. So you can imagine, in fact, that trace can produce zeolite for 25 years. just to know the size. Okay? This does not mean that it is effective, because there are other parts in the world who are zeolite. Okay? But we can see the size. So here is a new region with zeolite. So it looks like this. At this region, you will see that the color is quite different, but it's also zeolite. In fact, is clinoptilolite. So we have many categories of zeolite, about 70. So one of them, clinoptilolite. So clinoptilolite is the best one for many uses. So we can show you this. The idea is that we have 70 natural zeolite and a little bit more than 150 technical zeolite, in fact artificial zeolite. Okay? But you can imagine that if mankind create artificial zeolite from more than 150 categories, is because there are many applications. So in 2011, zeolite was in the most innovation of the world in science. Okay? You can find it in the review Science in America. So, and NASA produced zeolite in the space, more big crystal. So this is the region. Now you can see petrodata here, and this will be the first block of extraction of zeolite. So now, from July 1st, we have, you see this block. So this is a region Kokal. The person who will get this part is the president of the Society Olympos, which is a society in Thessaloniki, okay, specialist for mining. So you can see Kokalo. Pylopor is not necessary to translate, but is this in the region. So here you can find the framework types of zeolite. In fact, you can go to internet, find this table, and all this acronym, in fact, is an artificial zeolite. So you click, and you will get the crystallography of each one. How zeolite is there is colonite, is a category of clinoptilolite. So, this is a constituent of clinoptilolite. To characterize zeolite, in fact, you need the two first. So, for zeolite, you need this one and this one, all the time. If you have this three, so you will get clinoptilolite. So if you want to note this, this is a word which is the most important for this lecture, because we have many zeolite, but not all the time clinoptilolite. For example, in Cyprus, there are 6 zeolite, but no clinoptilolite. Nothing at all. In France, they have 25 zeolite, and the less portion is clinoptilolite. In Greece, we have more or less 80% of clinoptilolite. See, very big difference. So, we need a volcano million years before, and also the sea, which is not deep. So the Iliad, for example, you cannot find zeolite in Santorini. But we have a volcano, but it's very deep. So we need these two properties. So here we use zeolite in agriculture to obtain percentage in a very vast field, in fact, zeolite in your earth. Why? Because in fact zeolite does not give anything. It's only a filter. Nothing. So, the use is quite simple. In fact, we put zeolite, it will catch the heavy metals, toxins, and free radicals. It will clean, in fact, your land, and after that, you will have a bigger production in all these fields. Okay? So it's very important because it's very difficult, in fact, in antiquity to have this documentation, but with zeolite is possible. So the quantity, for example, is 200 kilos for 25 trees, okay, and νομίζω έχουν πολύ απέλια εδώ, δεν έχουν τώρα.
Στην Αδελαίδα.
Πού?
Στην Αδελαίδα.
Στην Αδελαίδα, όχι εδώ στην περιοχή
Είναι στο Hunter Valley.
Υπάρχει. So, in this case, we use this number for each one. You have 400. So, example for gas, the use of zeolite in gas. You know, but everybody knows, LNG. Okay, but the problem with LNG is that you have gas, you want to liquefy it, and you want to change temperature at minus 162, okay, to have liquid. The problem is that the gas has all the time aqueous element, so you will get, in fact, problem. To avoid this problem, you filter the gas with the zeolite, it will catch all the water, and after that, you change the level of temperature. So it's very important. You can imagine that all the boats with LNG use, in fact, zeolite to filter the gas before the liquefaction. So zeolite at a molecular level seems to be like this. Be careful, this is artificial zeolite, ZSM5. So it's almost, in fact, in paradigm. So you have a molecular sieve with holes. Okay. So if you have atoms which are bigger than the biggest, this is a hole. If they are less, they will pass here. More or less here. So, in fact, we can use zeolite to make many molecular seals. And it is the reason that we have so many applications of zeolite. So, an example, quite simple. This one is zeolite Y, another zeolite, artificial one. So, here we have alkanes, paraffins, I mean linear alkanes, okay? So, if they are not linear, they will not go there, they will not pass. If they pass, they will change because this zeolite is not natural, so provoke a reaction, and this reaction will change, in fact, the nature of your alkane, and you will get aromatics. Result. This is the cheap. This is the expensive. When you go for the car, this is the cheap. So this is the cheap. This is the expensive. But almost no one knows that the difference came from zeolite. In fact, we filter carbon and we get the best one. So now, 10, in fact, now we can see at the microscopical level where there is a transformation of the alkyne. So we have a very nice picture of this. So in agriculture, so some easy thing you see here. We have one plant, and we put 0, 5, 10, 30, and 20% of zeolite, which is quite a strange way to do something, because you have the productive part and you put it away, you put rocks, and it's better. It's strange. Okay? So you can see now concombre que pose les agrumes. Bien. Agrumes s'impliquent. Cucumber. After. Cucumber. So you can see here the root, the density, and the size. So with 15, with 20% of that, and now with 0. So for the moment you eat that, not that, but you could. The difference. And now with tomatoes, okay? So we've done this day. So with 20% of zeolite and 0. Okay, just experiment. You can see that. And after 49 days, you will see this difference. And the other difference, you can see it. So this is with zeolite and this without. So it is easy to see it. The problem is why. In fact, to explain this, we use chemistry, but you can see also in this case. So more roots, more fruit. The strange thing with zeolite is that you do not have a relation with the plant, only with the plant. So it's quite difficult to understand. Okay. So here we have several. I will show you many. Okay, I think it's not a problem for you. So in fact, it's always the same experiment. We put this here with a little magnet rotation. We put after that zeolite. We wait, and we have this. And the result of this is that. So in fact, is also a detoxification, a natural detoxification. So it's very important in many areas. Here you can see different application from the University of Thessaloniki. Okay. So it's always the same thing. And now it's much more difficult, in fact, because here you have industrial problems. So now we can put zeolite and we can change it. And we can use it, in fact, in construction. The 80% of zeolite in the world is using in construction for building. Why? It's less heavy, more efficient, and when you have iron, you will not have oxidation. Okay? So, for the size, imagine that we have almost 4 sizes. This is in fact for big trees, small trees, very small, and for all of them, but like a powder. looks like zeolite. It's like this. It's totally different with quartz. Okay. And here we have an electronic picture of rock, and you will see that it looks like, in fact, a sponge. So, if you want to clean a lake, it's very difficult, in fact, because if you use chemistry, you will have a problem. If you use something which is mechanical, you will have no efficiency. But you can use zeolite for the batteries. This is before and after. Okay? So, and here in the laboratory. So, for you remember, breakthrough of the year was, for those who knows, science, 23 December 2011, about the 10 most innovative objects in science. So, a very easy experiment on the other side is a curtain board. You get that. So in fact it's the same thing. Now we can put also powder to have A, like a C, after that. Application in an agricultural field. So here, cherry. So I don't know if you know this field. Here, the trees, how much are older? In fact, 3 years only, with only zeolite, okay, and organic, nothing else. See the difference with Nausa. Nausa in Macedonia, you mentioned it. So, and here is the same tree, but without zeolite. Okay? Now we do the same experiment in Castlereagh. So Castlereagh, you can see it in the map, is a very hot place, very dry. In fact, this is the problem. So the problem is that if you do not put that, you will have a problem with your trees. So we put zeolite, you see how you can do it, like a wrong baklava. Zeolite, and you mix. So the result is quite simple, you can see it. For football, I mean rugby, everything, there is a problem, not here, more in Greece, with the sun. You will have problem with the batteries, so it will be very difficult to have a quite beautiful green. So, to prevent this problem, in fact, we put zeolite, and you have a green. At Monaco, if you see football, the football place of Monaco is with zeolite. Okay? This is only natural, without pesticide, insecticide, nothing. Only with an application with the rice. So you can see the difference of the color. So the right is with zeolite, the left is without. The difference is only this part. So the same color, the same quality, the same year, and you see the difference. Why? Because with zeolite we have the plant green, even here. With the other one will be also already yellow. So in fact it's older. This is a way to put water. So now it's garden. In the garden is very simple. You put zeolite, you use this machine. So no more than 50-20 centimeters. It's okay. We are in Creta now. Another one is macaroni. Okay. Now, every year we can put zeolite to protect olive trees. So it's a very important one to save. A very nice project from Greece. So the application of zeolite you should get at the end of the application of this. So a little bit wide. If you want to ask more questions, you ask to acidity, because it belongs to her. We are in Peloponnese. So this is the right way to use zeolite. So only 3 kilos for 200 liters of water. You mix it and pulverization. Tofu, the same thing with small olive trees. You see, so all the time 2 methods. So 8 kilos, 3 kilos. Who can tell me how old is this? You know? It's filled? No, you don't know. Okay, never mind. So 3 months. Okay, with only zeolite. It's very impressive because this is a category, the name is Grimson. Okay, it's table, big one. And normally you never get this size. So you see, you can see zeolite application. So see the difference. And now you know, for all this field, in fact, it's very difficult to have a production at the first year. With the zeolite, we have production at the first year. So we don't cut the plant. Okay, you can see right now that when you see 2, it's because the previous one was broken in only 5 months. So imagine how strong it is with zeolite. 6 months. So you see the dates here and here. So for the apple, it's exactly the same problem. Sometimes we have a problem with some point due to the sun. If you put zeolite, there is no problem, and there is an augmentation of your production. In fact, we use zeolite also for the conservation. So the application here, Castlereagh, another town in Macedonia. So now, quite different. In fact, we use zeolite on the street, and at the end, we get the oil. So, I think you are all expert in oil, okay? So we are meaning oil in Greece extra virgin for 0.48, 0.8, not 3. But now there is another category. Okay, you have give me that. You have in English also? No, just in Greek. So you can in Greek. So this is the analysis of the oil that we produce with olive trees, which are protected only by zeolite. In fact, you will get acidity 0.23. For here is Aurelio. Okay, not just extra virgin. In fact, with extra virgin here we get 0.19. So, what is the importance of the use of this and the zeolado? We see it. So it will be only oil from olive trees which are protected by zeolite. I get it here in image. problem is ultra premium. This is a new category. I think you know it, okay? No? No. Its UP standards are quite different. So, for the moment, we know this. This is extra virgin standard, okay? With the 0.8. Now, we have also this, UP standard. And maybe you should know that here, you see, Australian Olive Association. These numbers, they are used in Australia. So now, in fact, we are going to be interested by this standard. To get this standard, it will be difficult and very difficult for some products. Because from 0.8, we have 3. And all the others will be less. In fact, if you put 0.9, you can do it. Okay? So if you are close to something which is below 0.8, for example 0.4, you cannot be in this category. But if you put ZEOLITE, you will be. Why? Because ZEOLITE has a pH natural, 7. And it's much more important because it can change the pH of its environment. So, if your field is acid, it will change the pH. For example, from 5, we get 6.5. It's very important in this field. So, application here is a very easy application because, in fact, ZEOLITE catch all the bad odors. Okay, so we knew it a long time before, but now we use it. In fact, if you have cats or dogs, you think that you put sound, but in fact it's more or less ZEOLITE. But it absorbs. So we use it in many cases, you can see it. The hose is eating ZEOLITE, in fact. And for the animal feed, we use 2% of ZEOLITE in the dry feed. Okay, 2%. So the other thing which is interesting is that we can use, in fact, all the soil from the hose, and we can make an application direct without waiting. Okay? So you know very well in Australia aloe vera. In fact, you can see that here we put power only in the place you put the plant. So it's very predictive and we have very much different. For example, in Creta, they send aloe vera in Cyprus with ZEOLITE, have a big production, and be back. So this is a way to do it. A very simple experiment. I don't know how to say basilikos. Okay, basilic, okay. So it's very easy. Only water without ZEOLITE, water with ZEOLITE. The difference will be in 20 days. So you see the difference. It's only application in Cyprus. Now for your garden, the percentage is 1 kilo of ZEOLITE for 10 kilo. Okay? You mix, and after that, put it. So this is the most efficient mixing way. As you can see, this is of course an easy application for the food that we give ZEOLITE to them, 2%, and you will get, of course, much more clean the absorption from zeolite is much more bigger than from textile. So in fact, many of what you use already has a little bit or more zeolite. I can show you now. For example, in Greece, you see 5%. All the categories here, 5%, but we have also products with 30%. And the idea is that they are very efficient to clean. Why? Because they can catch, in fact, heavy metals, toxin, and free radicals. So, you can see it. Now it's for extra virgin oil, the difference. So we can use it also in aquarium. You know, the problem with aquarium is that then when they are big and you want to change the water, is a big problem. So, in fact, instead of putting there sand, we can put zeolite. It seems to be very easy, but it is if you know it. In fact, the reaction with zeolite will catch also ammonia, which is very important in other situations like this. For the milk, we can have augmentation of production about 70% for the milk, with cows who are eating zeolite. So it's very important as an application in this field. Here, a very nice application at a very big level. You can imagine for all this that in fact we put zeolite to have better result, because in fact this one came from Estonia, from Ireland, because it's very specific. Okay? So you can see other application. There is no problem with the animals, you know, as you can see. And I show you now for apple. This is an apple tree, Castlereagh. They put zeolite here 5 years ago, and the difference is 2 years in the development, in fact. So it's very important, and it belongs to here. We made other experiments like this. It's very interesting because it's easy to see the difference, and the difference makes the difference. So there are many applications, also for the rose, aromatic rose, very important field for pharmacy. So in fact, the added valuation with zeolite permit to make many money in different fields, which is very, very strange to think about that. In fact, we have many products for women. For example, the mask. Okay, the mask. In fact, you put this mask, and at the end, you want to have another mask, which permits to you to have no dry term. But in fact, if you use zeolite, you will have it. So imagine, in fact, you put only 2% of zeolite, and you have a product who can clean you from heavy metal, toxin, free radical over there. So it's very important. Here, for honey, we put zeolite inside because many of you think that honey is a good product. In fact, it was a good product. Because the problem is that bees go where they can. And the problem site, and each time we go there, they work on zeolite and they clean themselves. The very strange thing with bees is that if you put a strange thing in their home, first thing that I'm going to do is to put it out. With zeolite, they let it. It's very interesting. Because of course they do nothing. So here you can see potatoes. A very important market in Cyprus. You know potatoes of Cyprus, champion. Okay. So in fact, all this field is with zeolite and only. So hectare, το στρέμμα πώς το λέτε εδώ?
Το στρέμμα.
Το στρέμμα.
Αυτό είναι στρέμμα περίπου το...
1000 τετραγωνικά. Τέλος πάντων. Για 1000 τετραγωνικά μέτρα, για να μην το λέμε στρέμμα ή σκάλα ή τα. In Greece we have more or less 2.5 tons for this. In Cyprus they can manage to have 4 tons for this. If they put zeolite, they get 5 tons. Okay. It's very important difference. This is potatoes with zeolite only. Okay. So it's very important because you know the image of biological organic products in fact is bad. They are not very beautiful, you know. If you put zeolite, they are beautiful. This is very, very important, in fact, for this field. You see the size? 7. An augmentation of 7% of the mass of the egg with zeolite. Δεν ξέρω καν πώς είναι το μαρούλι, τέλος πάντων, lettuce, no? Lettuce, okay. Στη Γαλλία το lettuce είναι κάπου διαφορετικό. Κουκιά. Άρα. Αν το πείτε στα ελληνικά θα ξέρω αν είστε Κύπριος ή Έλληνα. Γιατί οι Έλληνες το λένε έτσι και οι Κύπριοι το λένε αλλιώς.
Λάχανα.
Ναι, ή... Σπανάκι. Πόρτα. Όχι, όχι, όχι. Άμα το λέτε λάχανο, είσαι περασμένη από την Κύπρο. Βίκη, πώς το λες εσύ?
Σέσκο.
Okay. You see the size? No? You see? You saw the size? Okay. Now another field which is important, very important in Greece. So this is, you know, corn. Okay. So everything here is with zeolite, a very important market. And another specific in Greece. In fact, here we are in Neavisa. Neavisa is only one village, okay? But Neavisa produces 70% of this product of Greece. So this year, for the first time, they tried zeolite in the little. There are 2 kinds, the little, the big. With zeolite, the little is biggest than the big. You see the problem? So you see this is my hand. You see the size? So this is a product from zeolite. If you want to see if it is important and how is the quality here, it has to be totally white. To just catch them right now. So you can see in this application, all of this is another application, it says exactly the same thing, but I just want to show you what. Zeolite is known from 1756 in biology. Is known in chemistry 150. It's known in agriculture 10 years before. So you see, and in chemistry it's known already since 50 years. There are different ways to do application with ZEOLITE. So all this product came from agricultural way to use ZEOLITE. So in fact, there are 0 products. What I want to say is, for example, we speak a lot about organic product now. Okay? Few years before it was a joke. Now it's a market. Okay. It will be the same thing with 0. We will have 0 product, which is a category in the organic, which will be, for example, if you take an apple, conventional agriculture, and you want to see if there is lead, inside, outside. Conventional, inside, outside, lead. Organic apple, inside, no lead, outside, yes. You know? So there is a problem. In fact, if you put ZEOLITE on the apple, you will not have lead. But if you don't, you will have it, even if it is organic. So even that will change, because everybody will try it. We done experiment at the University of Nevada about that. So in fact, here, if you want to see more things, these blog spots, you will have papers in English, in Greek, French, but in English. So PhD, masters, okay, bachelors, studies about ZEOLITE in application. So you will get much more information than this lecture. But the idea, even of the consulate, it was to get the first picture of that. And now, if you are interested, you can find more. But you know, it's a very easy test. Put only ZEOLITE on internet, and you will get more than 1 million tries. So something is going to be there. So it's good, I think, even for investment, to know that there is a new market due to the existence of ZEOLITE. For Greece, it's much more important, because now we are going to start to use this product, and we want many applications of it. So I speak about that, talk about that in another lecture, and already some of the guys over there think different ideas if they know the structure of ZEOLITE. So that's all. Thanks again. Sorry for my Greek, English, bad language, okay? But